This is the second of two videos I'm making to do with the energetics of consciousness and the energetics of meditation. It's a follow-up from ideas that were spurred by a really good video that Author's Path made a while back. As Terence McKenna once said, if our method of studying electricity was the same as our method of studying consciousness, we would still be standing at the top of high hills waiting for lightning to strike us. Our bias against full scientific research of consciousness from the inside has left orthodoxy in the field largely in the hands of objective scientists. They are apt to reduce its mystery to neuron firings. They call it neural correlates of consciousness. The old nothing but approach. We have left half the field out because of its so-called subjectivity, and it's the half that matters. Consciousness as it is lived, as it's experienced, embodied. The philosopher John Searle has traced this bias to confusing subjectivity, which can't produce reliable corroborable evidence, essentially because it's in the mind, and an objective study of subjectivity, which can. Jung had to battle the same bias against his work. Many assumed that his lifelong study of alchemy, for example, indicated his loss to the dark side. Occultism, as Freud accused him. Actually, it was through charting the outcrops in consciousness of alchemical images that he was able to map the underlying strata of the unconscious archetypal field itself. In order to do objective study into subjective conscious states, we have to use the best tools we can. Just as the objective study of neuronal correlates, that is from the outside, requires MRI scanners and other high-quality equipment, the study of conscious states from the inside, if it's to be any use, also requires very high quality instruments. So where am I going with this? To the best available observer, the expert meditator. I'm not talking about meditation tried by many and rejected, like trying a diet or going to the gym for a few months and rejecting it because you haven't had the breakthrough, but the dedicated practitioner who is like an expert violinist or athlete and has spent thousands of hours mastering the art, honing the tool for an internal observation of conscious states. The tool is then like a precision laser, an energy probe rather than a weak flickering candle, and the insights to be gained are inconceivable to those who haven't done the workouts. It's not an esoteric skill, but an ordinary capacity honed through practice to an extraordinary degree in yielding essential data. So what is this research? It's a methodology that has been developed over millennia. It's a secular form of Buddhism, though it was subsequently overlaid by piles of numinous metaphorical symbols which easily morphed into archetypal entities, divinities, if not carefully integrated from the unconscious into consciousness. But if treated with the same skeptical caution that Gautama recommended for his students, and looking at the whole project as one of energetics, then there's much to be gained. We find that the work done in sitting meditation is not the be-all and end-all. That's just the training, the workout. The fruit of the work comes from when we're off the cushion, living the wisdom that comes from properly shepherding the energies. This is not a skill that comes naturally. Our default setting is fire our mind energy indiscriminately all over the place as we react unconsciously in our environment. But our evolving reflective consciousness has brought humankind to a sort of threshold. This is the threshold of crossing from uncontrolled energy wastage to conscious energy collection. And the method to gain this control is meditation. The magnitude of the task is metaphorically expressed and greatly exaggerated in some Eastern stories where they talk that it takes millennia, thousands of lives in order to burn off that negative karma. Sure, it is hard, but all effort yields rewards, and massive effort rewards massively. It is easy early in the process to get really excited by the heady progress made and to make over-the-top claims as a result, or be seduced by New Age quick methods that are more about marketing and wish fulfillment than actual experience. Gathering energy involves focusing it so that it can penetrate deeper than normal diffuse energy does. You can experience it in activities like cycling and running as well. The energy is channeled into physical exercise, meaning leaving less available for the mental ducking and diving. So often you can experience quite strong concentration in these sorts of activities. But then of course the downside is that much of the energy has been diverted away from the mind-brain unit. In meditation that's not the case. So if energy is gathered up in your practice is focusing it, as for example in long-term breath meditation, which is called anapana, it becomes intense as a laser and able to be held on the object of attention and so penetrate to much greater depth than usual. The energetics of meditation that I mentioned can easily be seen in the Eightfold Path, the actual program laid down by the Buddha. It consists essentially of three limbs: Sila, Samadhi and Panya. Sila is controlling the mind's energy by balanced and appropriate behaviour. We call it morality. Samadhi is focusing the energy through practicing concentration, like long-term breath watching. And Panya is using the focused energy to illuminate the mind's dark corners and thereby learn to see things as they are, free from illusion. Another meditation of energetics is called metta meditation. Metta meaning love, where the energy of loving kindness is progressively directed to others and eventually to everyone. The experience of metta meditation is incredibly uplifting and healing. It's a truly beautiful technique. But all in all, the practice of meditation is an exercise in fostering and shepherding